Hello, all my merry makers. I am Becca, and welcome to Things We're Making Thursday. Yeah. In case you are unaware by some interestingness, I've got something there. Things We're Making Thursday is a collaboration that started last year between some creators where they decided that they would devote each month to a certain pattern, and each person would do their own interpretation of the pattern. And it got to be very popular, and everybody liked all the different variations that were going on. To the point where they're like, all right, let's do this again next year, but let's change let's change it a little bit. So instead of a specific pattern, they are doing themes, and January's theme is slippers. Now I'm working on my slippers right now, and I'll show you my progress on that in just a minute, talk more about my progress on that in just a minute. But first, I have to apologize. Last week I said some things that were not very supportive of this pattern that I'm using, and somebody called me out on it. I should have pulled that up beforehand. I really should have. This is why you let's see. Miss Just Me Linnae. So that she basically said that I needed to give the designer more credit. And I thought about it, and I was just like, you know what? She is absolutely correct. Because just because something is simple does not necessarily it was easy for that person to come up with. As many of you know, I have an autistic son. He has problems with motor control. And so doing something as simple as, he's actually about to be 10 years old, which is like mind-boggling to me, because I can still remember the day I gave him birth. And the heat just kicked on, so I'm going to try to talk louder. Anyway, because he has poor motor control, something as simple as buttering toast is very difficult for him. Now, I'm not trying to imply that the person who made this pattern is on the spectrum in any way. But what I am trying to say is just because something seems simple or seems easy doesn't mean that it is. Plus, I'm always the first one to be like, okay, if you think it's so easy and so simple, then why did you need a pattern? Which I think that's kind of where I was at last week. I was mad that I didn't think of it first. And I just saw that I had something stuck in my teeth. But that's not the designer's fault that I didn't think of it, and I shouldn't have taken it out on her. So anyway, there is a saying that says something to the effect of blowing out somebody's candle is not going to make yours shine brighter. So I'm definitely taking that reprimand to heart. A wise man accepts correction. So there you go. All right. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and finish this row real quick. And we can talk about how far I've gotten. Or really, how far I haven't gotten. Because I will admit to being a bit distracted this week by a couple of other things. One of them is actually making my own pattern for something. For a different month of Things We're Making Thursday. So, alright, there we go. So, just to review, I believe this is called Simple Garden Slippers. Garter, not garden. I'm sorry. I will attempt to link it in the description box below. I found a different way of doing that yesterday during my What You're Working On Wednesday. It seemed to work better than what I tried last week with Things We're Making Thursday. I ended up casting on 50 stitches. I'm using 3.5 millimeter knitting needles. One of the yarns I have found out has since been discontinued. It's by Lana Grossa. It's called Cool Wool Print. And then I'm pretty sure this is Knit Pick Stroll Brights. I just don't know what color, because I have not been able to find the label. So I'm trying to actually get my measuring tape out here. So I am at 7.5 inches. So I only put on 1.5 inches since last time. Considering what day it is, I really should have been wrapping up on this slipper, because it is the 11th, so we're basically halfway through the month, which means I should have been halfway done with my slippers, which means I should have had one done by now. So I need to kind of concentrate on that a little bit more if I can. I need to get to 8.5 inches, so just 1 more inch before I start decreasing for the toe. So I'm not too far away from finishing the first slipper. So there you go. Alright, so by this time next week, hopefully I will have a finished, I need to have a finished slipper to show you all. And we'll have hopefully started on the second one. I am a little concerned that I may or may not have enough of this. But we'll just have to wait and see. Alright everybody, that's it for this week's video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. If you really like my channel, share it with your friends. And in the meantime, make what makes you merry. Ciao!